This is Maths Demystified. In this lesson, we shall be dealing with similar triangles. Before we go into the lesson, what is the meaning of the word similar? Before you can say two things are similar, it means one of the objects is bigger than the other, but they have a look-alike. Then you say they are similar. If they are exactly the same thing, you will say they are equal. So, looking at these two triangles on the board, I have triangle A, B, C. I also have triangle X, Y, Z. Now, before I can say they are similar, there are two conditions that shows that two triangles are similar. Number one condition, the corresponding angles must be equal. Number two condition, the ratio of the corresponding sides must be equal. Permit me to use one stroke, two strokes, three strokes to represent the angles. So, in the first triangle, we have one stroke, double stroke, three strokes. In the second triangle, we have one stroke, double stroke, triple strokes. That simply means that all the angles in the smaller triangles are also in the bigger triangle. So we can now conclude that the corresponding angles are equal. Now, ratio. Ratio simply means fractions, because I'm going to be writing my answers in fractions. Ratio simply means fraction. So the second condition says the ratio of the corresponding sides must be equal. Now, how do I pick out my ratio? It's very easy. Now, what you do is look at this smaller triangle. You could also start from the bigger triangle. So I'm starting from the smaller triangle. The side facing angle one stroke is A. So I'll write A over, that is ratio. Go to the bigger triangle. The side facing angle one stroke is X. It should be equal to the side facing angle double stroke in the smaller one is B. The side facing angle double stroke in the bigger one is Y. The side facing angle triple stroke in the smaller one is C, while the side facing angle triple stroke in the bigger one is Z. So this is the meaning of the ratio of the corresponding sides must be equal. So what the condition is telling us is that if I calculate this and I calculate this and I calculate this and they give me exactly the same thing, that simply means that these two triangles are similar in nature. I want you to look at these two triangles and tell me if they are similar or not. You will discover that in this triangle, we have one stroke. In this other triangle too, we have one stroke. In this first triangle, we have double stroke. In this second triangle, we have double stroke. And you know that the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So if I already know 2, definitely I can find this one by adding this one up and subtracting from 180. So if I add this up, subtract from 180, I'll get the same value here and here. So I'm going to call this angle empty stroke, angle one stroke, angle double stroke. So the ratio of the corresponding sides. So the side facing angle empty stroke is A. The side facing angle empty stroke here is R. The side facing angle one stroke here is C. The side facing angle one stroke here is T. The side facing angle double stroke here is B. And the side facing angle double stroke here is M. Now, if we are going to solve any question, you only have a pair of this ratio. A pair, meaning that you may be given this, and this may be missing, and you'll be given this. So in any single pair you have, only one unknown will be there. The remaining three values will be given to you. So it could also be that you only have these ones or have this one. So you only have a pair at every point in time. Look at these following triangles and tell me if they are similar or not. The first thing you want to check is, are the angles in the smaller one the same set of angles in the bigger one? That's the first thing you want to check. So let's check together. We have 50 here, it looks as if there is no 50. We have 60 and there is 60 here. That's fine. We have 70 and it looks as if there is no 70 here. But let's look carefully. If I sum this and this together, I will get 110. And the remaining angle will be 70. That means this place is 70 degrees. If I sum this and this together, I will get 130. So if I take it away from 180, that means the angle here will be 50 degrees. So look at it carefully again. I have angle 50, there's 50 here. I have angle 60, there is 60 here. I have angle 70, and there is 70 here. That means that the corresponding angles are equal. Once you ascertain that the angles are equal, then that simply means you could now use the ratio method to get any part you are looking for. The question is, are the following triangles similar? And the answer is yes. If yes, why? We have seen it. Let's find P, the missing value. The first thing you want to do is look at the P. Which angle is it facing? It's facing angle 60. So, and look at angle 60 here. 4.5 is facing angle 60. So, I will start with this one I have. That's P is facing angle 60 and 4.5 is facing angle 60. So, I have P over 4.5. Then I'll come over here. This is 7. 7 is facing angle 50 and 3 is facing angle 50. And that will give me 7 over 3. And that will form an equation. If you take your time to solve that, you will see that your answer will be 10.5. Here is another example on the board. First thing you want to do here is check if these triangles are similar. Of course, you know there are two triangles here. This triangle is smaller. There's another bigger triangle. It goes like that. You can see it. Let's see if all the angles in this smaller triangle are the same angles in this bigger triangle. These are parallel lines. And if they are parallel lines, here will be corresponding angles. And corresponding angles are equal to themselves. This other part too will be corresponding to this other part. And you now discover that in this smaller triangle, we have angle empty stroke, one stroke, double stroke. And in the bigger triangle, we also have angle empty stroke, one stroke, double stroke. Now, please, I want you to carefully look at this. The side facing angle empty stroke in the smaller one is 9. The side facing angle one stroke in the smaller one is not given. And the side facing angle double stroke in the smaller one is 6. Similarly, the side facing angle empty stroke in the bigger one is this. That's the side facing this. That's the M we are looking for. The side facing angle one stroke in the bigger one is the angle. So this is the whole side and nothing is given to us there either. Nothing is given to us. And the side facing angle double stroke in the bigger one is 10. When you sum 4 and 6 together is 10. So now, since we know that all the angles in the smaller triangle are the same angles we find in the bigger triangle, let's write the ratio. I am looking for M, and M is a side of the bigger triangle facing angle empty stroke. So I write my M over what side of the smaller triangle is facing angle empty stroke is 9. So over 9 equal to, since this one is picked from the bigger triangle, go back to the bigger triangle and pick a side that is completely given. This side is completely given and it's 10. 10. And the 10 is facing angle double stroke. So go back to the smaller triangle. Which side is facing angle double stroke? And that is 6. And that's how you solve your problem. So from here, you can take it up, and that will be 10 times 9 over 6. By simple calculation, you should get your answer. So our answer is 15. Here is another kind of diagram that can be given to us. And if you look critically, you see that there are two similar triangles. There's a triangle up here, there's another bigger triangle here. If you know your property of lines very well, you will discover that this angle here and the angle here are vertically opposite angle. So let me use one stroke here and one stroke here to represent that they are equal. If I extend this line, you see two transversal lines. This is one transversal line, this is another transversal line. In that case, that means the angle here is alternate to the angle here. Similarly, the angle here too is also equal to the angle here. So you discover that in the first or in the smaller triangle, I have angle 1 stroke, double stroke, triple stroke. In the bigger one, I also have angle 1 stroke, double stroke, triple stroke. So it is easy. If I'm asked to find x, I'll just check. X is in this triangle and x is facing angle double stroke. So I'll write my x over, I'll go back to the other triangle. What is facing double stroke here is 10 over 10. What other side do I know? I know side 20. And side 20 is facing angle triple stroke. So what is facing triple stroke here is 12. So I have 20 over 12. So to calculate my x, 10 times 20 over 12. And that is 50 over 3. And that will give us approximately 16.7. You can pause the video and try to solve this on your own. You will discover that there are two triangles. We have triangle QLM. We also have triangle QRP. Let's see if they are similar or not. In this triangle, we know we have 60. We have this angle here, and we also have an angle here. Let's call this angle here 1 stroke. Let's go to the bigger triangle. Look at this bigger triangle critically. You will see that this angle is common to the two of them. If you remove this line, you see that this angle is also in this bigger one. So let's assume that this angle empty stroke is in the smaller one and it's also in the bigger one. So in the bigger one, we have empty stroke 60. In the smaller one, we have empty stroke 60. And I've put 1 stroke here. That simply means this other side we also have 1 stroke, so that the two triangles are now similar. How? In the smaller triangle, I have empty stroke, 1 stroke, 60. In the bigger one, I have empty stroke, 1 stroke, 60. So the corresponding angles are equal. Since I'm looking for QR, I'll go straight to QR and try to see where QR is taken from. QR is a complete line. QR is a whole line of the bigger triangle, and that line is facing angle 60. So I'll simply write my QR that is facing 60 in the bigger one. What is facing 60 in the smaller one? Tell me. 60, that is 2, equals. Now go back to the bigger one again and pick a side that you completely know. In the bigger triangle, this side is given to me and is complete. This side is partially given because I don't know this part. I don't know this line here. So, but this part is complete, and that is 4. 4 over, and that 4 is facing angle empty stroke. What is facing angle empty stroke in the smaller triangle is 3. So by simple calculation, And we have QR equals 4 times 2 over 3. And everybody here can tell that that will be 8 over 3, which will be 2 whole number 2 over 3. And since everything is in centimeter, that's what my QR is. In this next question, if you observe carefully, you will see that there are also 2 similar triangles. What do I mean? Carefully look at those parallel lines. I want to start with this parallel line here, the parallel line and this parallel line. This line is a transversal line. That makes this angle equal to this angle. So at least I know that one of those angles are equal to themselves. Now, if I pick my ruler and I continue to draw this line, if I draw it properly, you discover that it forms a parallelogram. And opposite angles of parallelograms are equal. You need to know all these properties. They are equal. So in this smaller triangle, I have angle empty stroke, one stroke, double stroke. Similarly, in this bigger triangle, I have angle empty stroke, one stroke, double stroke, and I'm done. So since I'm looking for P is here, and P is this side facing angle one stroke in the bigger one. So P over what is facing one stroke in the smaller one, is 3 equals, now give me another side of the bigger one that you know. This is a side, that's what I'm looking for. This is another side, I don't know it. This is a complete side of the bigger one. And that will be 5 plus 3. That will give me 8. 8 over, so that 8 is facing angle double stroke. What is facing angle double stroke in the smaller one is 5. And that is 5. And 8 times 3 over 5, you can complete that. And that will be 24 over 5. And that will give you 4 whole number 4 over 5. And since you are working in centimeter, do not forget your unit. Before I stop the lesson, I want to give you something as a bonus. Look at this right angle triangle. If I come to where you have the 90 degree and I draw a perpendicular line from here touching the line, perpendicular line, if I do that, it will form 3 sets of similar triangles. You discover that before I drew this line, I had angle one stroke, double stroke, and 90 degree. Angle one stroke, double stroke, and 90 degree. So after drawing this line, I put 90 degree here. That means here too is also 90 degree. So this triangle here that you can see, in this triangle that you can see, you discover that you have one stroke, 90 degree. What is remaining? Yeah, this is now double stroke. In this triangle that is on the other parts, you see we have double stroke, 90 degree. Which angle is remaining? One stroke. So you see that we have 3 similar triangles. In the bigger triangle, we have one stroke, double stroke, 90 degree. In this triangle here, one stroke, double stroke, 90 degree. In this triangle here, one stroke, double stroke, 90 degree. If they put values here, you can use what we have been using since we started to fix all the corresponding ratio. Thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing my channel, and please do not forget to click like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get more information on any other topic. Thank you and God bless.